There is so much wealth in the world. Yet we act so scarce because we feel scarcity. Action only comes from the programming you have at the back of your mind. The subconscious programs. We think we are acting consciously, but we are not. Hence, we are unable to see the overflowing abundance of this world and the universe. Why is that? Well, as I said, the back-end programming. It blinds us. We have been hammered in the concept of scarcity via the news, radio, and politics. You turn on the TV and somewhere some economic crash is coming. Somebody is going bankrupt. And someone has lost their entire life savings. Thus, it makes you think that money is the most precious and most scarce thing in the world. It is volatile, and you will eventually lose it all. Hence you hold dearly to your job. Your 9 to 5 becomes a matter of survival. You save the little you have desperately. So that you can feel secure. Do you see what is happening? What I have just described to you is what is called survival mode. There is no thriving in survival. But why is that? Who does it serve to keep you in survival mode? Well, it serves the select few who want to make you believe in scarcity so that they can keep their monopoly on the financial matrix. But the point of this video is not to demonize or hate on the select few. You can just see through their game of artificial scarcity and choose not to play. The more we focus on trying to bring them down, the more we amplify our own sense of lack and depravity. What I now know for a fact is this: you can reprogram yourself into abundance. So long as you start to see the overflowing abundance of the world. And stop listening to the news. Because if you are a regular viewer of my channel, you already know that we become what we think about. Our mental focus towards any subject breathes life into it. Thus, if you can shift your focus on abundance, you will begin to see it everywhere. I recently had one of my bank accounts deactivated without warning. With substantial amount of money inside it. The old me would have freaked out. Would have gotten depressed. But who I am now, immediately realized that I created this situation. How? Because as much as I preach everybody to not get caught up in the game of scarcity and fear, I in fact did got caught up in it. But I feel no shame in admitting it, as I immediately realized my own pattern of thinking. And I changed it. I allowed the wave of fear to come into my body, but I said to myself, this fear is allowed to stay in my body, but I am not interested in what it has to say. And I completely felt unbothered. Just sent one email to the bank. Mind you, they said that they are extremely busy and it will take 20 business days to get back to me. I disregarded this message. Allowed the fear to be in my body and then again showed no interest in what the fear had to say. This unbothered attitude resulted in the issue being resolved the next business day. Yes, literally the next business day. It got reactivated without any problems while I was sound asleep. As you can see, I created my own problem with my own fear in my mental world and then I resolved it just as easily. But what I am trying to convey is a simple message: fear of loss brings loss. Fear is a tool that media uses to keep the masses under control. Politicians use it. Economists use it. Banks use it. The whole financial matrix uses it. As it influences your decisions. Not to mention you vibrate very low spiritually and energetically. Thus, they can capitalize on your low state. I was too focused on the outer world in these past few months. And ended up getting caught in the propaganda and the scarcity rant of the media. Yup, I am not immune to it. But there is a reason for it, which is another message I want to convey in this video. When you have barely enough to just survive, the fear you have is different. You are just worried about making ends meet. You don't have to worry about saving and managing your excess. But when you have more than what you need, then another kind of scarcity indoctrination plays out. That is, you might lose it all. You must protect your wealth. That is, the panic of what to do with your now increasing abundance. Now you fear your own abundance. Because the financial matrix promotes fear of loss. And that is what I fell prey to. Fearing my own increasing abundance. The point is, it is fear. Fear causes us to get into lower states of being. Fear makes us too outwardly focused. We become human and lose connection to our spirituality. Thus, we suffer the human consequences. The consequences of the financial matrix. Thus, I have decided to not do anything out of fear. My abundance will continue to grow simply because I choose to focus on it and be grateful. And I will do what I want with my abundance out of excitement, love, and sense of freedom. Not fear. That is the message of this video. The financial matrix is a goldmine once you become aware of the fake scarcity programming. This world is literally overflown with abundance. And you can establish your command on the financial matrix by capitalizing on the opportunities it provides. One such amazing opportunity is Masterworks, a potential wealth multiplier which handed back over $25 million to their users last year. Masterworks allows you to invest in high-value contemporary art from famous artists like Picasso and Banksy. Contemporary art prices have outpaced the S&P 500 in appreciation over the last 26 years. In fact, every single Masterworks exits to date have returned a profit to their investors, with the last 3 returning 10, 13, and 35% net. Adding contemporary art to your portfolio offers unique diversification by investing in high-value art that is a real hard asset, which lowers your dependency on banks and money, both being subjected to unprecedented inflation. The massive 630,000 plus Masterworks user base offers you the safety of selling your shares on the Masterworks secondary market if you don't desire to keep them. Masterworks brings highly valued and pricey contemporary art down to the reach of everybody by letting you invest in a slice of it so you can still see a potential return. Masterworks has a wait list because of high demand, but you can skip it by clicking on the link below. Yes, we live in a financial matrix, but that doesn't mean you can't use it smartly to become wealthy quite effortlessly. The message of this video is simple: observe your relationship with wealth. If you have fears regarding it, do what I did and become uninterested in the narrative of fear. Because we create our own reality. Just as easily we use the law of assumption to materialize our fears, we can do the same for realizing our desires instead. It is just a conscious decision to focus on abundance rather than fear and scarcity. And the universal laws, like the law of assumption, will do the rest for us. If you are not familiar with the law of assumption, watch this video next. In this battle of fear versus love, I choose love. Because looking back, fear has done nothing for me but breed more misery.